Coming up on the RMAC Showcase, it's time to hand out all sorts of trophies as we run down all of the winter sports championships at the conference and national level. On the basketball court, will the top seeds prevail, or will we have upsets like we did in last year's women's tournament? Will we get some repeats in the indoor track and field national scene? And who will emerge from the shadows to claim their time in the spotlight? And Cal Baptist Wrestling finished third at last year's national tournament. Can the RMAC champions climb their way to the top this season? Those stories and much more are straight ahead as the RMAC Showcase starts right now. Hello everyone and welcome to the Colorado School of Mines, home of the RMAC Indoor Track and Field Championships, as well as this edition of the RMAC Showcase. I'm Jason Carter and thank you so much for joining us. We'll get to all the action behind me in just a minute. First, let's start ourselves off on the hardwood, where the Fort Lewis men have been the cream of the crop the entire season and earned the right to host the conference tournament.
So you got Regis in their golds, Colorado School of Mines in their gray.
Here's freshman of the year, Michael Glenn. Oh, nice contested. Yep. Contested little jump hook there.
In round one in Spearfish.
There's Schroeder again. Oh my goodness.
Three-pointer. He lit up the Skyhawks in the championship game last year.
Broadbeck for three. And he makes it. That's a dagger. Dagger from Broadbeck.
I'm a little surprised, Jeff.
I'm really surprised there was no foul.
Little alley-oop.
Oh, ain't that
baseline run right there.
That is it. And Regis moving on.
We're coming in focused no matter who we play. I don't care if it's Adams State or Fort Lewis. Coming in with the mindset, we've had it since August when we went on the Canada trip. One goal, it's RMAC championship.
We're ready to jump it up and see what happens here in the RMAC second round playoff game in Wayland. Brandon Sly with the yo-yo dribble, gets the screen, stops and pops, left-hander's good.
That was a very nice shot by Brandon Sly.
Skyhawks down by 3 on defense.
Back to a man-to-man.
Find the back dribble, Jackson comes down the lane, ball dumped off from 10. Got it. Kicks it best to Beasley. Beasley looks from 15. Jab step. Camaro. Once pumps, twice. Blast.
Oh my goodness.
One hand. Fall away push. Right to Alex. Crossover dribble. Alex baseline box. 17-footer on the way. Got it!
Well, up by 12. That's a big basket by Raz.
46-1 on the season under Bob Petrak. They go to the championship of the RMAC.
Starting off bad, really, but second half we got back to it, and I mean, they did have a good fan base, but our crowd was fantastic tonight, and big ups to them. Thanks for coming out.
Back in Durango, the RMAC Tournament Championship game, top-seeded Fort Lewis. Regis here, the 2 seed. Here's Bach. Chance to take the lead. Wilson. Inside a minute to go here. Broadbeck, step back, tough shot, kicks the roll. Jared Broadbeck has 15. Quick play, throws it in, hits the rim, and it's tipped back by Christian Little. Final seconds, they're gonna throw it down court, and that will do it. Miles played by Ty McGee. DJ now trying to blow by the defenders, and walk. DJ Miles. Dawson pops out, screen for Beastie. Broadbeck, catch it, shoot it, score it. Jarrett Broadbeck. Little gets it down. Dawson, and that will do it. The Regis Rangers, RMAC Tournament champions for the first time in school history.
I would like to express how proud I am of our kids for an extraordinary effort, not just tonight, but this entire season, and the perseverance that it takes. A lot of people that haven't been through this don't know how hard it is to do something like this.
The players would have even more opportunities to make some memories as Regis, along with Colorado Mines and Fort Lewis, all earned spots in the national tournament. Colorado Mines took on tournament host West Texas A&M, and the Ore Diggers gave them a battle early as Ben Schonefeld hits the jumper and puts the 8th seed up by 5 on the top seed. Sonnefeld had 13 in the game. A few minutes later, the lead is dwindling until Luke Schroepfer hits the bucket and the foul. He had 10 in the game. But that was really as good as it got for Colorado Mines, as they had a hard time stopping David Shavlovic, who hits the 3 with just under a minute to go before half to put West Texas up by 7. Then halfway through the second, Shavlovic with another from beyond the arc to go up by 12, and Mines only cut the lead to single digits one more time during the rest of the game as their season comes to an end after a 79-65 loss in the first round of the national tournament. Fort Lewis got the 4 seed, taking on Texas A&M Commerce. A very similar story for the Skyhawks, who had the upper hand early. This dunk for Markel Beasley puts the Fort up by 2. Then a minute later, Alex Semedeni increases that lead with a jumper of his own. Daniel Hernandez had a game-high 17 points. Here are 2 of them as Fort Lewis stays within striking distance, but the Skyhawks never led again. Commerce gets the ball up to Jay Williams-Powell, who throws it down, and they're up by 10. Second half, more the same. This time it's Willie Rooks with 2 more. Both he and Powell had 15 for the Lions, who end Fort Lewis's season with a 78-62 victory. So, the last hope for the RMAC was tournament champion Regis. They won their first round matchup against Dallas Baptist thanks to 22 points from Christian Little and another 17 from Jarek Broderick. Then they had a thriller in the second round against UT Permian Basin.
Cienko gets to the basket.
We're in overtime number 4.
9 on the shot clock. Little trying to drive it to the basket, and it's good.
Down by 2 is Regis. The Falcons with the basketball.
Villa gets the basket. That's going to do it. 2-1. Permian Basin's moving on to the South Central Regional Final.
That does it for the first segment on this edition of the RMAC Showcase. When we come back, the ladies will take over the airwaves, and we'll do our best to keep up with some of the best track athletes in the country. We'll be back after this timeout.